us live. Willice, it's great to see you today. How are you?
Fine, thanks, Betty. How are you?
I'm great, Willice, and I noticed that you say thanks and not thanks. So it means it's thank you and not thank you.
Well, Betty, when we talk of words like bank, tank, thank, that letter A takes the front low vowel sound that is in British English. But in American English, you may hear of thank, bank, and all that.
I also noticed that you said in front. So it's not in front, it's in front.
Front. Normally, what we see is front,
Yes.
F-R-O-N-T. But that letter O takes what we call the mid-central vowel sound
Okay.
front, in front,
In front.
line, and all that. That may be a surprise.
Actually, that's a surprise, Willice. That's a surprise. Now, Willice, let's take a look at our word on the street. I've started on a high. Let's take a look at word on the street first.
Gargantuan. Gargantuan.
Gatan. Gagatan.
Gargantuan. Gargantuan.
Groundation. Groundation. Granganation.
Okay, interesting. Garganation, Willice. How do we pronounce that word?
Betty, the part that left me, tickled pink is when he said graganation. Graganation, anyway, it happens. Some of these, what we call the multisyllabic words, sometimes they're a bit difficult to pronounce, or words also which are not commonly used in what we call now basic English. But this one is a basic word, Betty, and we say gargantuan. Gargantuan. Now, in most cases, when we're talking of the word enormous, Betty, you remember I always say that the building block of any language is simplicity. Sometimes going for bombast and, all those, big sounding or great sounding words may not really count at certain points. So this word, you say gargantuan, you can just say enormous or huge, to make yourself easily understood, especially when you're addressing a crowd or any audience for that matter.
Right, unless you want to seem to know, big vocabulary words. Okay, Willice.
It happens, Betty, but bombast, not for a good communicator.
Okay, that's true. Now, Willice, today we have been speaking about a certain word, archbishop, archbishop, all sorts of pronunciations all over the place, Willice. How do we go about that one?
Which is why I say it's important for any person who is in a career of serious communication to be knowing the English phonology. That is, if you use English in broadcasting, legal practice, teaching and all that. So this word has the combining form that is A-R-C-H. That one is pronounced as arch when you are talking of archbishop. Archbishop. Archdiocese, arch-rival, you don't say arch, you say arch for that combining form, Betty.
All right, that's interesting. So it's arch-rival and not arch-rival. I've also noticed you said important. So it's not important? Important?
Betty, important is acceptable. That is, in fact, under what we may call now RP or its approximations. But remember, when you can't produce that part where we have the consonant clusters, that is you'll say tant. It's acceptable in standard English.
Okay, Willice, got it. Moving on to this other word, episcopal or episcopal.
You can say E, you can also say E. But what is important also for us to remember is we have the stress on the second syllable. That is episcopal, not episcopal. Episcopal or episcopal, not episcopal, episcopal. No, I remember that word came from one Jacob Mwangi. So Jacob Mwangi I believe he's a happy man watching KTN tonight.
Oh, definitely he is. Moving on to this other word, Willis. Honorary, how do we go about that one? The Honorary.
The long and short of it, Betty, is that letter H is silent.
H.
You don't say honorary, you don't say honorable, that H is silent.
Okay.
You say honorary, an honorary degree, honorable so and so. But sometimes, like in, the August House, you may hear somebody saying honorable. That person is not to blame. That is what may be landing on his or her ears regularly, or maybe right from school to college and now maybe to public life. But the correct pronunciation is honorable, with H being silent, and honorary, not honorary.
Okay, Willis, got it. I've noticed you said college and not college.
Yes, college. But you can also use that air, what we call a sure, a weak sound, that is air, college. But the English has it as college. College.
All right. Got it, Willis. Now, moving on to this word that we've also been using it quite a lot, especially on the news. D-E-L-U-G-E. Deluge.
Oh, you say deluge.
Okay.
Deluge. Not
right.
deluge, not delag, not deluge. You say deluge.
Okay.
Just like we say refuge, not refuge. Refuge.
Okay.
He took refuge.
All right. Moving on to this other word, I'll spell it out. P-N-E-U-M-O-N-I-A. I've seen quite a number of people on Twitter asking about it. How do we say that?
Are you talking of a disease? Oh, I think that one, if I may remember, also one person called Rogers had asked about it. I think it's Rogers Makorang or something like so.
Okay.
Or when we talk of that disease, we say pneumonia. Locally, we would always hear about pneumonia.
Yes.
Pneumonia. Suffering from pneumonia. But Betty, when we are getting the pronunciation of that word accurately or correctly, we say pneumonia.
Pneumonia. Got it, Willis.
There you are.
Let's go to our feedback question. And Rose Mulamba of Nairobi asks about this one. Dicotyledon. I remember this word from my very younger years, I think primary or secondary school. How do we say it? Dicotyledon or ledon?
Betty, you've reminded me about a very big fan of Friday Briefing, or Mind Your Language for that matter, called Rashid, aka Westlink. He was also asking me, now we talked about plaque, and he was hearing of plaque, and all that. Then he was asking me, do we say demagogue or demagogue? Then I told Rashid, we say demagogue. So some of these words can really be amusing. So it reminds me also about this word, which Rose Mulamba has asked about. This word, sometimes in primary school, you'd hear of dicotyledon, dicotyledon. I don't know where such pronunciations come from, but the correct or acceptable pronunciation of that word for Rose and other viewers is dicotyledon.
Right.
Dicotyledon. Ledon, not ledon.
All right, so I can tell you for free that we
are.
never used to pronounce it like that in school. We used to say other things. But I got it.
But these things happen. They happen.
Yeah.
That is why one time I told you, we may laugh at the way Nigerians or West Africans or South Africans or Jamaicans, pronounce English words.
Yes.
Without knowing that even us, we may be having, some of our own weaknesses without knowing.
Even us. Okay, Willis, let's go to... Even. Well, okay.
Betty, English should always be English.
All right, let's go to our surprise word, Willis. I'm already surprised by those ones. Even and important. So what else do you have in store?
I've brought you, Betty, I've brought you and our dear viewers this word for tonight as the surprise word. Many people say thumbs, mbs. That is thumbs up. without knowing that B is not pronounced in this word. We say thumbs.
Thumbs.
Like thumbs up, not thumbs up. Just
All
like
right.
the other time I talked of bomb, not the bomb. So mb is not there. And just like we talk of crumbs, not crumbs.
Okay.
You know, many people say bread crumbs.
Yes.
But we say crumbs. Crumbs and thumbs.
Okay.
I hope people have gotten that. And then I go to now the words that really confuse people. Betty, you must have heard many people saying least of shame. Am I wrong to say that?
No, you're absolutely
Least
correct.
of shame. People say that, least of shame. When you
Yeah.
talk of least, that is the lower word, Betty.
Yeah.
L-E-A-S-T. The word with the long vowel sound is least. The least amount. But when we are talking about L-I-S-T,
Yes.
we say list.
List.
The list of shame. Just like we say fist, that is F-I-S-T, feast, the upper
Fist.
word, but the lower one, feast.
Feast.
Not feast.
Okay.
So I hope people will get all those, but Betty, I think we've had a banging run for tonight. How is Nairobi?
Oh yes, everything is great. It's very important for us to learn the correct pronunciations of English words. Thank you very much, Willice, the word master there, joining us from Kisumu County with those difficult pronunciations like even, not even. All right, this has been Mind Your Language on Friday
You
Briefing.
can say even or
Okay.
even, Betty.
Okay, there we go. So even or even, but I think I want to say even. All
Just
right,
like
Willice.
I said, student or student.
Okay, student. Okay, Willis got it. All right, Willis, we could go on and on and on. So thank you so much. See you again next Friday on Friday Briefing. Remember, you can catch him on Twitter. His handle at Willice Ochieng 1. Right, so we take a short breather. Sports news is coming up shortly. Don't go away. Friday Briefing will be back in a short while.